Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about developing your own unique product line. And then at the end, we're going to go through a bunch of rapid tips on things you can do to improve and build your product line. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Earl. I've been building handcrafted products for over 15 years. My wife and I run our own business out of our home. We do multiple six figures a year selling our handcrafted products online. And we just want to help you build products that you can sell for a profit and either as a great side income or to replace your main income and make a living doing it. Let's get started. So what do a lot of people do when they're starting off their crafting business? They go online, they look at what's popular, they try to copy it, and they try to sell it. That is not a recipe for building a long-term profitable crafting business. You need to develop your own product line. So how do we do that? We need to get creative. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how we develop original, unique ideas that are evergreen. So what's evergreen? Evergreen are items that will sell consistently, month to month, year to year, again and again and again. We don't want you having to chase what's currently the hot new thing and then 3 months later having to do it again. We want to build a product line that will be sustainable for a business. Especially if you're working in products that are, a little more labor intensive, whether you're doing leather working, metal working, woodworking, things like that. You don't want to have to be designing new products over and over and over again. You want to build a product line that your customers can rely on and then just slowly add to it and build your repertoire. If you're selling products that are just based on whatever's hot and trending right now that everybody's selling, what do you have to compete on? Mainly price. So if you're selling just on price, you're going to be lower, your profits are going to be lower, you're going to burn out, you're not going to make the income that you want to make. Don't be selling based on price. We want to be unique and innovative and sell on our ideas. But Earl, I'm not creative. That's what we're going to teach you today, is some ideas and techniques that you can use so you can develop those products that are unique and interesting and will be sellers. So, let's get into it. So designing new items is a process. It starts with capturing ideas. What you're going to do is, during the day, as you're going about your life, you are going to start looking at things in a different way. Whether you're watching a Netflix show, if you're listening to a podcast, if you're looking online, if you're watching YouTube, you are going to look at things that you see and relate them back to ideas that you might be able to use in your business. Every day, I record multiple things. As I'm listening to a podcast, for instance, or an audio book, something might click in my brain going, hey, that's kind of cool. And I make a note. It doesn't have to be a fleshed out idea. It's just, I found that interesting. Other people might find that interesting too. And I make a note. I put them on my phone. I have one with a little, I have a Galaxy Note that I use a pen on the screen. I just jot a quick note. And then every day or two, I take all my notes, whether they're screenshots or links or anything like that I've done, pictures of items, and I move it all into one location. I use Evernote myself. You can use anything you like, but I bring it all into one central location. But the idea is you want to be just on the lookout all the time. Your brain has to work a little bit differently. It's got to look at something and go, that's cool, I like that, I'm going to record it. It doesn't matter if you're ever going to use it. That's not the purpose at this point. It's just recording ideas of things that you like. If it resonates with you, it gets recorded. So once I've collected all these ideas and put them in one central area, I'm going to sit down about once a week and review them. I'm going to go through all these ideas and just scroll through them, and I'm going to let those stew. Your brain is an amazing thing. When you're lying in bed at night, at 11 o'clock at night and you're trying to go to sleep, your brain's working. When you're standing in the shower in the morning, your brain's working. It will take these items that you've looked at, that you've recorded, and it will start to piece things together. It will give you ideas of things that you can build. We're going to look at ways that we can remix these items. So if I saw this item over here and it was a beautiful leatherworking piece, but I do woodworking, is there a way that I can take that idea and switch it over to woodworking? It might be end up something totally different, but can I combine those ideas? James Altucher puts it great in one of his books. He calls it idea sex. I'm taking different ideas from different places and I'm going to combine them together to make something new and different. This is a skill that you're going to develop over time. Your brain will automatically start taking these items and combining them and looking at ways we can build new products with them. Your mind will start to run wild with all the possibilities of things. I have a list of items that I have recorded that are pages long, and I've already taken a lot of those ideas and designed them, or at least made more notes on products that I could make. And I have a list of products that I could make that are longer than I'll ever get to. I will probably only build maybe 1 to 2% of the ideas that I have come up with. I have way more ideas than I have time or the ability to build. I'll give you an example of how it works. Do any of you remember, or if you're old enough anyways, remember the old game Mastermind? Where, one person hid some colored pegs and the other person had to try to guess what they were, and you could tell people, yes, you got 3 right, 1 in the right position. 3 colors right, 1 in the right position. Mastermind. Well, somebody took that, the game of Mastermind, and took the word games that are popular these days, combined them together. We have Wordle, the viral word game. That is basically just Mastermind that instead of using colored pegs, uses words. They've taken 2 separate ideas, combined them together to build something new. Let's explore an idea that's more along the line of a crafting idea. So let's say you're a candle maker. Now, I know nothing about candle making, but so what are the differentiating features of candles? I would personally think there's probably 2 main ones. As a consumer, I would think anyways. That would be the scent of the candle and the packaging the candle is in. I'm sure there's other aspects like the types of wax and the types of wicks and things like that. But as a consumer, those are the main 2 things that I would probably look at is, do I want that scent and do I want it in that packaging? Do I want the container that the candle's in? So let's look at what we could maybe do. If we want to be a little different, maybe I want to do a line of candles that I like the smell of coffee. So I'm going to do a line of candles that are based on coffee scents, whether it's a hazelnut or a vanilla bean or Irish cream. So it's going to give off that aroma. But how can I do the packaging to combine with it? So what if I took coffee cups that are either sublimation printing, either doing myself or buying off someone else, and I could take those candles possibly, put them in a coffee cup in a container, and once that candle's burnt, I can take that out and I have a coffee cup left over with my printing on it. And you could either maybe do custom printing, you could do, different set items, but might be an idea. Now, there might be kinks to work out on that. Like I say, I'm not a candle maker offhand, but that might be an option. I took a look on Etsy. I didn't see any ideas like that. Now, it might be because it's a stupid idea and it's not going to work for whatever reasons. I'm not a candle maker, but I've taken 2 separate ideas, unique customized coffee mugs and coffee scented candles. I combine them together to make something new and different that nobody else is selling. That's what we want to do with our products. We want to build new things. So once you've collected all these ideas and you've thrown them all into one location, you're going to go through and you're going to look at those pictures, you're going to look at the screenshots, you're going to look at the notes that you've made, and this is where the creativity starts. You're going to look at those, you're going to let those stuff just kind of go through your brain. It may take some days or weeks, but your brain is an amazing thing, and it will start to come up with new, innovative ideas that you can start to build. You'll be amazed at how well this process works. So get to remixing your ideas, make something different and unique. Don't go and make what's trending right now that 100 other people are already making. Build your own product line and set yourself apart from everyone else. And not only are you going to be unique, you will be profitable because you can charge more for something that nobody else has. All right, we're going to go and do some rapid fire questions and answers type things. So here are some quick things to keep in mind when you're building products. Does my product have to be perfect before I start selling it? No, it just has to be good. As long as you have a good product, over time that product will go from good to superior to excellent. It will get better on its own as you go through the process of making them. You're going to learn things, you're going to discover techniques, you're going to make that product better. So as long as it's good, you don't want to send out a poor product, that's going to hurt you, but you want to send out something that's at least good. The way I look at it is, if I received this item in the mail from somebody, would I be happy receiving it? Is it good enough? If the answer is yes, get them online, start selling them. There's the old saying, cheaper, faster, better. If you have to choose some of these, do not choose the cheaper. If you're choosing the cheaper, you're going to have less profits, you're going to burn out quicker, you're not going to be happy. You want to make better, and you want to, if anything, then start to do faster. But if you make your product better, you will eventually get faster building it and be able to ship, or maybe you have stock built. But better and faster, way better than cheaper. When you're developing products, look for things that you can batch out. So if you can possibly do something like my most popular item, I can make about 40 of them in a day. It's because I batch it out. I do one process, I do another process, I do another process. Some of them can overlap at times because I have some machines that might be doing certain things. But you want to be able to batch them out. If you've got to make everything one at a time, it's going to be a lot more labor intensive, and the pricing is going to have to reflect it. Can you offer personalization? On some of my products, I leave a space where I can add a personalization into them. Now, not everybody's going to get personalization, so I don't make it so obvious that it's going to stand out. But if somebody wants the personalization, that space is there. I can just quickly add that personalization to a finished product, and out the door it goes. Do you have an opportunity to add personalization? Especially for people giving gifts, personalization can mean a lot and be the difference between making sales. People are going to steal your ideas. Get over it. It's going to happen no matter what you do. But develop your products. You were there first. You're probably doing it better. And 99% of people, when they see your product, will not steal it and not do it anyways. Or if they do it, they will not do it as well as you. So even the 1 to 2% that do take your idea probably will not execute as well as you do. You gotta still put your ideas out there. Just go ahead. Over time, your store will progress. If you've got an Etsy store, an Amazon store, your website, whatever it is, you're going to add and subtract products. You're going to find things that have taken off. You're going to find things that are not worth the time to build. I have items that I think are fantastic pieces, but after building them for a while, I determined that the time that I had to put into them, plus the amount of sales I was making, wasn't enough to warrant batching them out, that I've removed them from the store. They just didn't become worth it after time. But there'll be other items that you'll add in to replace them, and your store will evolve over time. So people email me all the time going, can you build this for me? So I look at it a little differently now. When I was first starting out and I was doing farmers markets and things like that, I took on pretty much everything. I did a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have done, didn't have the time for, didn't have the skills for, but I was taking on all the work. I look at it way differently now. I look at a product, somebody says, can you build this for me? I look at it and go, if I build that, is that something that I can add in to my shop in the future? So if I'm going to spend that time designing that product, I don't want to just do a one and gone. I want to be able to design that product, build it, and be able to continue to build it and put it in my shop as a listing. One of the biggest parts of building a new product is the design time. So if you can't take that product and make multiples of them to sell, is it worth it for that design time? Because you're going to lose a lot of time doing that original design. You also got to think about, if you're doing something, do you want to be doing it? Don't do something that you hate doing. If a product's going to make you do some sort of process or something additional to it that you just dread, don't do it. I know how it comes to me. If I get let's say I designed a new product and I've put it up online and I've sold some and it's iffy and an order comes in. If that order comes in and I think to myself, oh, somebody ordered one of those, now I have to build it. If I get that feeling, that product shouldn't be in my store. I'm going to get rid of it. The other aspect is time versus pricing. You need to watch how much time it takes to build something to what you can sell it for. I see some beautiful stuff out there. There's people who make like beautiful quilts and they've put like 40 hours of work into these quilts, but they cannot get the money back out of them for what the time is that they put into them. You need to be able, when designing products, you need to look at that time versus pricing. If this item takes 6 hours to build, can I get that much pricing out of them to warrant the time? So these are just a few of the ideas. If you have any questions, we also have videos on where you can sell your products. We got videos coming up on pricing your products. So follow along, subscribe, join up. Let's go on this adventure together and let's get you profitable and building your business. Thanks for watching.